Students of MTGO Academy.com. This is your Pauper Professor Jason Moore, and I'd like to welcome you to the latest installment of. We've got lots of forests. Lots and lots of forests. 17, in fact, because we're playing Mono Green Stompy, a deck that likes to stomp the competition into the mud. It's a beatdown deck. As you can see, a very low land count, a very high threat density, and lots of tricky pump spells to push that damage through. We've got some interesting card choices, and as you'll note, I'm going for a more devotion style build featuring Aspect of Hydra. This is a card that I don't think really any Stompy players are playing. But the ceiling of this card is so ridiculously high that you're not going to find another 1-mana pump spell that does damage like this does damage. I'm talking +5, +5, +6, +6. You're getting kind of a become immense type effect. And I think it's worth trying. I really, really do. And I hope these matches will demonstrate what I'm talking about. Now, to supplement the devotion, we've got 4 copies of Garrick's Companion. Double green, double the devotion for your more bang for your buck there. And the trample makes this guy really annoying for decks that don't play a lot of removal. So let's look at the typical sequencing of the deck. We've got a lot of turn 1 threats. 4 Nettle Sentinel, possibly the best turn 1 threat, followed by Young Wolf. This guy's got some value built in. Vault Scourge is our flying turn 1 threat that can turn the tide of mirror matches and other aggressive mirrors, because with all the pump spells and the Rancors and the Bone Splitters, you can make this guy a knockoff version, a very cheap knockoff version of Baneslayer Angel, and that can be quite good. Quirion Ranger is not the best turn 1 threat, but her ability to give a guy vigilance and to add mana to our pool, well, not to our pool, but to eke out more mana per turn for us by letting us replay a forest, is very much appreciated in a deck with this few lands. And lastly, I'm playing 1 copy of Blister Pod. Don't ask why, I just felt like I wanted another turn 1. And this guy is somewhere in between Young Wolf and Nest Invader, I guess. And Stompy tends to play both of those, so I figure why not give him a little shot. It's only a 1-of, so it's not going to screw up the deck too much. We follow up those turn 1s with Skargan Pitskulk, a guy that's really hard to block because we have so many ways of boosting its power. And then the aforementioned Garrick's Companion, another tough to block creature, and then some more removal resilient creatures on top of our Young Wolf and Blister Pod. Safehold Elite, who has Persist, and Riverboa, who can regenerate and not be blocked by blue decks. That leaves us to all of the pump spells. We've got the aforementioned Aspect of Hydra. Again, I think this card's pretty criminally undervalued. 4 copies of Rancor, that is something you're always going to see. Granting Trample is very good when you can, again, use all of these +4/+4 pump spells to go along with it. We've got 4 Vines of Vastwood, also a common addition. 2 free pump spells in Mutagenic Growth. These can be very tricky to play around, and I think you'll see that in the matches. A single Bone Splitter. This works particularly well with our Vault Scourge and Skargan Pitskulk. Not quite as good as Rancor in the deck, but it also gets around Standard Bearer and other annoying things like that. And it's not as much of a risk to equip as it is to try and throw a Rancor on if they've got open mana. They can blow you out with removal. If you go for the aura will die as well. But the Bone Splitter is a little bit less risky in those scenarios. And finally, a single Epic Confrontation. This is our pseudo removal spell. You just uppercut a dinosaur right in the chin, and it just goes flying backwards. It loses all kinds of teeth, and that's pretty epic, right? Sideboard. Oh, also, sorry for the display, guys. There's so many 1-mana spells in this deck that if you sort it by, or if you display it as a pile type, you don't, I mean, it just goes on forever. The line goes out the door, so. Sideboard, I kind of just ripped off a bunch of other people's sideboards. 4 Scattershot Archer for Delver. 4 Gleeful Sabotage, Hexproof, Affinity, all that kind of stuff. We've got a little split here of life gain against Burn. I'm not sure what's better, so I'm playing 2 Nourish and 1 Feed the Clan to just see what's better. Nourish obviously is always going to get us 6 life. Feed the Clan is going to kind of oscillate between 5 life and 10. It's a little less consistent. Whoa. We don't want to do that, do we? No, 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 no. It's a little less consistent. Happened again. Between 5 and 10. So it's a little less, easy to predict what it's going to do. So I'm playing only one of those and then favoring Nourish as the 2 of in that split. Second Epic Confrontation for Creature Mirrors. And single Relic, just because, like Burn, I find that graveyard strategies seem to be a little more popular for people to try out in the 2-man queues. So I wanted to at least have one thing. This isn't specifically to try and fight Peregrine Drake or anything like that. It's more to just hedge against that. That's why we have so much against Burn. We have the Vault Scourges and the Nourishes and the Feed the Clans. And in the past, I've even played Essence Warden to try and fight Burn in the 2-mans. It's just a popular 2-man deck, and I think graveyard decks are too. And then Spore Frog. Spore Frog is deceptively good. I know it just looks like a fog, but that's pretty good when you're Stompy. A lot of these games come down to 1 turn's worth of fighting and attacking and combat, and Spore Frog can be the difference maker. Mirror matches, Nivix Cyclops, aggressive decks like Goblins, any type of aggressive creature deck, Slivers. Spore Frog can be a butt saver. Alright guys, it's time to do not butt saving, but butt kicking. Let's battle. Welcome folks to the first round of these Pauper 2-man queues. We're going to play first. We won the die roll and this hand is looking sweet. Let's go ahead and keep. We're going to lead on Vault Scourge and go from there. We wish the opponent good luck. So we're off to the races here. I don't know what our follow-up's going to be. It really depends. Oh, wow. Well, Javelineers just kind of hoses us. I think next up we play Garrick's Companion. And that allows us to get around some of the attacks. It might also coax him into not pinging us with pinging our Vault Scourge, because he might be interested in blocking and shooting. But the Garrick's Companion lets us get around blockers, basically. Yeah, he's just gonna fly back his Javelineers here. Pretty bad start for us. He just gets a free kill. Okay, never mind. And we have a Vines to back up, so feel like we can probably just attack here. And then I think we can play Ranger and safe hold Elite if we want. Or we could leave up Vines. I mean, the worst thing that can happen to us is that he can have a Journey to Nowhere. So maybe we play River Boa and Quirion Ranger. And if he journeys the River Boa, we still have a safe hold Elite we can play next turn. And we still have a Trampler. Yeah, I think we'll play the River Boa. Shields will be down with the Regenerate, but he's not going to really have a Destroy. Wow, he has Mana Tithe. Okay, so we kind of got ranched by that. Let's see if he walks into this Garrick's Companion trap. Don't give him a chance to think about it. I guess he sees what's going to happen. Looks like he kind of knows. So we kind of got owned there. There's a core Skyfisher. So we can vines through basically all of this. He's resetting the, what's it called, which is kind of bad for us. Ooh, that's pretty good. So I think we just send the companion. Doing anything else presents like a bunch of weird blocks that we have to worry about. Okay, so this is okay. We're happy with this. So he can offer protection, but he's still going to take a lot of damage. So we traded a guy and 4 damage for our vines, which I think is fine. I think we'll just go with safe hold elite. Ooh, so that's going to kind of stop us in our tracks here. Unfortunately. Another vines or aspect would be sick. Okay, he's coming in. Oh, another vines. So let's send in the companion. Okay, he's just going to take it. And I'll just play Young Wolf. I'm actually going to replay the land because it lets us vines with kicker and not get mana tithed. He's at 9. We're looking pretty good. We're getting to a point where we can probably alpha strike soon. So he can send in Razor Golem. Is there any way we get punished by going for the vines? I think we just take it. I don't think we... I mean, we could block with the Young Wolf or something to upgrade it. But for now, I think we're okay. Okay, so he might be tapping out here with Squadron Hawks. He'll have 4 blockers for our 4 attackers, and he'll have a ping ability. Okay. He's just going to sit on Mana Tithe? No, he's going to equip. Alright, so we kind of have to go for something here. I could attack with everybody. It's actually a decent attack. His swing back is 8-9, and he can ping me with 1. I guess I have Pit Skulk as a blocker. If he doesn't block very well, he actually is going to lose here. So I think I'll attack with everybody and see what happens. But he'll probably block decently well. And does he want to put Javelineers in the way of something? Okay, so we'll still kicker this. 7 over 4, he's going to take like 5 damage or something. This is a pretty close game. But this might have just got us there. So we'll untap the companion so that we have a blocker up. And he takes 4 here. We still have a good board. I think we just won, but it's hard to call. I think we may have just won. He's got a bunch of Squadron Hawks. Yeah. Oh, wow. You have Prismatic Strands main deck? What the hell? Okay. He could also have Unmake, but we'll try this because it makes it unblockable. Now he has Unmake. Okay. So that sucks. I mean, I couldn't play around both Prismatic Strands and Unmake. Maybe I should have thought about it a little more. If I attack with everybody, he can put Javelineers in front of Companion and Skyfisher in front of Safehold Elite. And he only takes 3 and he goes to 2. I don't think it's time to sack the Companion just yet. Wow, we got 2-for-1s at least 3 times this game. Yeah, maybe I should have played around Unmake instead. I don't know if I could have. What if I just send the Companion? I think we gotta wait. I think we pass. I think the Companion is our best chance of winning, so the Trample with a pump spell I think is our best shot, so maybe I should have tried to Rancor a different creature. That's all I can really think. We're going to need a big pump spell now. And it might be a while until we actually get one. So he could have Mana Tithe. Oh, Aspect of Hydra for 4. That'll probably do it. 7-6. I can basically just attack for it with everything. Aspect of Hydra for 4. Does that do enough? Probably. You can give a guy protection, but that doesn't save him from... I think we go for it. See how he blocks. Because we're basically running out of time here. Okay, so... I don't think this kills, but... it should do a decent amount. He's going to give a guy protection. He still takes a lot. Okay. He's doing everything he can. I mean, he's really... So, he goes to 2. He loses basically his whole board. We didn't lose anything there. So he's going to get 2 Squadron Hawks. Man, this game is tough. We've been drawing well, but we've also... I mean, it's not an easy ordeal here. So 2 Squadron Hawks... I think we get to basically trade with his whole board and be left with a Young Wolf. And he takes 1. Yeah, we just Alpha Strike here. His blocks are limited and we get the Pit Skulk. And he's at 2. He doesn't really have many good options. Yeah, he basically has to do that. So he's going to double block. Or he's going to block everything. If he blocks everything, I think we still play the Pit Skulk. Even though he didn't take any damage. We basically want to set ourselves up to win with a pump. Or just run him out of guys. Okay. So he either has strands or he's dead. Okay. So do I just go for it? I don't see why not. Okay, that was not easy at all. We're going to want Scattershot Archers, Epic Confrontations. I would have loved to have Viridian Longbow in the deck, but we don't. We're still the beatdown. I don't think we need to try and be a control deck here. Vault Scourge seems very weak. Not good against basically anything. Squadron Hawk, Javelineers, Skyfisher. It's just very weak. Mutagenic Growth, I don't know if we like either. Blister Pod is at least a value threat. So that gives us room for Scattershot Archers. I don't know if we want the full 4. Also gives us room for Epic Confrontation. River Boa is not insane, but all of these 2-drops are at least decent in combat. I mean, that Garrick's Companion was kind of an MVP because he just kept being a problem to attack, or to block rather. I don't want to go too low on creatures, but we do have 28, so I think we can probably cut either the Blister Pod, it's the slowest threat we have, or one of the pump spells, but the pumps seem kind of important here. So I guess I'll cut the Blister Pod and add the 4th Archer. And I'm thinking those will be fairly good. We still have 4 copies of Vines, 4 copies of Aspect, 2 copies of Epic Confrontation, and 4 Rancor, and a Bone Splitter to pump. I'm not sure if... I mean, Mutagenic Growth might actually be good. It can protect against Javelineer activations. I think we've made ourselves a little bit better against Javelineers overall. Bone Splitter is probably better than Growth. This is, I think, our only answer to Standard Bearer. So we definitely need that. Alright, let's just go there. Let's try this for now. We're going to be on the draw, but I think we're still the aggressor. And we can keep this hand. We've got a great start in Nettle Sentinel with Rancor if we want it. We have 2 Scattershot Archers. We have a Pit Skulk, which might be hard to block. We have nothing here that... Okay. So I think we just play out... I don't think we attack into the Javelineers. I think we actually just play out double Archer. And that way, even if he has a removal spell, he's getting locked out of Hawks. I mean, we could go with the Rancor play. He just blocks, pings it. Still takes a bunch of damage. We get Rancor back. I think I'm going to go double Archer, though. I think I like that the best. And then we can set up something afterwards. I mean, we might even get Epic Confrontation draw or something that'll keep us alive. So now he has 3 Hawks, but he can't really play them, and he can't cast Unmake. So we can go for the Rancor play, force his hand a little bit, and then we can Pit Skulk, and maybe even Rancor that, but okay. Now that's a dangerous game you're playing. Ooh, even Aspect of Hydra. So Aspect will be 4. Yeah, I think we just make this play. Whatever he does is basically going to fail. He can only deal 4 damage to the... There's no 0 mana counter, right? So we'll just attack with that. Okay, so Aspect will basically wreck. So let's go ahead and do it. Okay. And this might actually put him out because he can't cast basically anything. I mean, 3 of his cards are dead. So it looks like he might just go with Unmake. He's got a discard. So, I mean, I could sacrifice Nettle Sentinel. I could actually just attack with everybody. I think that's the best. He could trade with either a Sentinel or an Archer. And he might have an Unmake. But we get Rancor back. He takes damage. He's taking 3, 4, 5, 7 damage. We play Garrick's Companion. Let's play the land in case of double mana tithe. He could have Unmake here. I'm just gonna hold. We're in such an advantageous position that if he has Unmake, he has to play it. So, no reason to give him a 2-for-1. Yeah, see, he had it. So he took the damage for no reason, thinking he's just gonna own me there. So can I get a pump? No. Maybe I just suit up River Boa here. So I can regenerate. He's at 8. I mean, I could trade Garrick's, but I think this is a little better. This is a strategic breakdown of the opponent because many of his cards in hand are dead. Okay, so it's not going to matter here. He does get in for... Well, I can block. So if he attacks, I just get a free kill. Alright, let's just attack with this beast. This guy's a savage right here. I'll leave a land in hand. Oh, he just took it. We'll leave a land in hand, basically for no reason, I guess. We don't have Groundswell. So what does this do? Get a Secluded Step. I guess I'm taking 8. That's a big hit. No doubt about it, that is a big hit. Another land. So we could press forward with basically trading with a Benevolent Bodyguard. And then we get hit for like 10. We lose to a Bone Splitter. So I think we actually have to wait. And this only allows him to get in for a certain amount. Okay, he still has 3 dead cards. We kind of need a Quirion Ranger. A Quirion Ranger would solve a ton of problems for us. It lets Scattershot Archer kill his Skyfisher, and it lets Riverboa attack and defend. Wow, he found all the secluded steps in the world. Alright, now he's going in. Epic Confrontation would also be pretty good. Man, this could be bad. We have to attack, I think, because we need to start dwindling down. We'll end up throwing a chump block in there somewhere. But I think we need to attack with Riverboa, because he's got us on 1 turn. Quirion Ranger saves us. Epic Confrontation saves us. Regenerate. He protects. He sacks. Not sure why he wouldn't. But maybe he's going to save this. No, he doesn't. So I think Quirion Ranger's still a save for us. We're probably going to end up double blocking one of the guys. So we know he only has 1 unknown. Yep. This game was looking really good. I guess we need Gleeful Sabotage, don't we? We definitely need Gleeful Sabotage. Okay, so that thing's just dying. And I was going to say any pump spell wins, but I think actually the attack wins too. We just win with an Alpha Strike. So I think he messed up there. And we win the match. That was really close. We needed Gleeful Sabotage. That's really bad on me for not even thinking about that. But we pull it out. That seemed like that would have been a tough match in a lot of other scenarios. But today was our day. Thank you guys for watching. We'll have some more coming up just now. Alright guys, another round for Mono Green Stompy. We are on the draw. We're going to keep a one-lander against an opponent who's mulliganing. Let's see if they're continuing to mulligan. They keep and they... What do they do? What do they do? I'm going to lead on probably Young Wolf. Unless he's got a ground creature. Bottoms. Okay, might be the mirror match. It is the mirror match. I'm actually going to match what he's doing with Young Wolves just so I can block. And I have a mutagenic growth as well. Maybe it's better to play Vault Scourge just early, but no, I'm going to match what he's doing with the Young Wolf. And it looks like the Ranger's not so necessary right now because we drew that second land. We do have mutagenic growth at some point if we need it. Especially if he goes like land, epic confrontation, but yeah, now I think we just block. Even trade keeps him from getting a pit skulk down. I'm not sure. Oh, because we have mutagenic growth. That's why our F8 isn't working. That makes sense. Hunger of the Howl Pack. Okay, you have a 5/5. That's pretty crap for us. We're going to go ahead and go with Young Wolf into Vault Scourge here. And I think we may actually try some type of mutagenic growth block. Or we can also just try and race with Vault Scourge in the air and just block with Young Wolves and stuff. He now has just plenty of blocking potential or pumping potential, so I'm just going to chump with the Young Wolf. And I think we might be able to try and get some racing going on. Just have to wait and see, especially with the life gain. So he can't pump that. Well, I guess technically he can. Okay, so now he can't really. Alright, so we're just going to Alpha Strike and play all our guys out. I think we can actually race this. Let's play Young Wolf. Boom. 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 So drawing more Young Wolves is a good thing to do, guys. We also can untap a guy to block. We have mutagenic growth. So if he doesn't have the land drop, he doesn't have the option of equipping and activating the Root Walla. And he's really running out of options, so... Is he going Rancor? If he goes Rancor, I'll just take the hit for 5, and I'll probably chump this again. Right here, so I'll try and put the Young Wolf on the Root Wall, just no attack. Okay, that works too. It's probably safe to Rancor up my Vault Scourge and just start running away with the game. Save mutagenic growth for a rainy day. Hitting that Vault Scourge was just critical. Okay, he concedes. Oh man, this is gonna be close. Alright, what are the worst cards we have? Mutagenic growth would have been good. I think Rancor is pretty important too. Vault Scourge seems incredibly important. Companion adds to aspect count. Aspect and companion might actually be the 1-2 punch we need to win. Mutagenic growth seems like it might be one of those things to get rid of. I'm not sure about vines either. This might be the one matchup where we don't want Vines of Vastwood. I think we want all the threats we can handle. And I think our devotion is going to be really high because Aspect of Hydra, or because they just don't play a lot of removal. That'll give us Epic Confrontation, 2 Spore Frogs, and we could play a life gain spell. I mean, gaining 10 life at any point might be good. It doesn't affect the board though. Vines of Vastwood at least is another trick, another pump. I'm going to try this. I think we want as much trample as we can get and as many threats as we can get. And I think Aspect is going to be a huge pump. So I'm going to try this. I'm not sure that Feed the Clan does enough. That's mostly an anti-burn card. And we'll keep our hand. He's playing first. He mulligans again. We're keeping again. So he's got Young Wolf, Basking Root, Walla. We didn't see much. We saw... What did we see? Bone Splitter. I think that was it. He mulligans to 5, keeps, and bottoms again. Spire Tracer can't be blocked. Oh, wow. Okay, so do we just start with Vault Scourge? Or do we go Nettle Sentinel? If we start with Vault Scourge, we can Bone Splitter it later. But if he has Epic... I think we start with Nettle Sentinel. If he has some type of removal, this will prompt him to maybe Epic Confrontation this. We don't want to just play our best card first thing and get seriously punished for it, so... Pit Skulk, and this could be a pump spell. So I think instead of attacking, I'll just go Young Wolf and Vault Scourge. Next turn we can equip the Vault Scourge. And hopefully that does something for us. But we'll see. There's no guarantee that it will. No attacks. It looks like he's F6'd, but it's still, I don't think it's worth the potential risk. So we're willing to take some lumps here. And we found one of our all-stars here. He's got a land. I think I'll just go for the block and force whatever pump he's got. I don't think he's going to have something that grants trample, so... Yeah, the pump will be a removal spell here, but... It's not getting in for damage, and he's down to 2 cards, so... I think it's actually pretty good for us. Okay, so we're definitely... equipping, and our Young Wolf can't block anything, so we're not going to leave it back. Whoa, that was fast. Oh, he just concedes. I guess he has no answer to Vault Scourge in his deck. I don't know why you wouldn't. That's potentially a design flaw. Stompy is one of the top, I believe, top 3 popular 5-0 decks, and they often play Vault Scourge, so got to be ready for that. Well, thank you guys for watching. We were going to do one more match. Hey guys, we're here for the final match. I believe this is an opponent we played before. We've won the die roll. We're going to play first. This hand looks pretty strong, so we'll keep it. This might be a redo of the match we just had, the mirror match. I'm not positive, but at any rate, I think our strongest play right now is to lead on Nettle Sentinel. We have up Mutagenic Growth. So, it's hard to say what we'll do next. It really depends if we hit a land drop or not. Okay, we are running back the mirror. So this should be pretty interesting. We've got a really fast clock here. I think I actually want to... Oh, now we're going to do Pit Skulk and Vault Scourge. Alright, our opponent's going to be kind of mad at us. We could have opted to Rancor, but we have some better targets to Rancor right now. I think our opponent's going to be kind of pissed because this is the same match we just played, and we have Vault Scourge once again. So, apologies that it's the same match over again. I didn't quite realize that we had the same opponent, so until I saw the ID. And he's in a very bad spot right off the gate, right off the bat here. I think probably best plays Rancor up the Vault Scourge and start running away with the game. Okay, if he goes for an attack, we just take it. We have Mutagenic Growth, which is a nasty trick if he has a blocker, so... I mean, he does get to make 2 mana. Yep. Okay. So Mutagenic Growth no longer saves our guys in combat. Vines does, but I think it's still better probably just to Rancor up Vault Scourge and go that way. Go that route. Instead of attacking with the other stuff, I think we will allow ourselves to take 4 more damage. And then next turn it opens us up for we can use the vines, but I think we want to set this up first. Mutagenic Growth seems a little bit handy, particularly in these creature mirrors, where you're just eking out a little more mana by having a free spell. You get to cast that 1 extra spell for the turn. Okay, so he's going to crack in. And keep in mind he can untap the Pit Skulk on defense. But I think we're okay with that because we have Vines of Vastwood to kill with. We can also just save all these pump spells for the Vault Scourge itself. And that also won't be too bad. Alright, so now we really don't have any business attacking on the ground. We have multiple copies of Vines of Vastwood. So we could just bash for 7, and then we have the win next turn if he doesn't have Epic Confrontation. 7 drops him to 8, and then we can Mutagenic plus Vines. Plus we're gaining 7 life. I think that's actually okay. Just try and 2-shot kill him here. He has no reach. So, yeah, I think we can just do this. It's not an insane play, but it does set us up for a win next turn. It gives him a few outs, but it gives him only 1 turn to actually have any of those outs. And I can't think of anything he could have here to stop the attack. We also can make this Pit Skulk big enough to kill as well. Alright, now he can only have Fog. Alright, we at least get a decent block out of this. Young Wolf on the Ranger. If he has Aspect of Hydra, he can do +5. That's not going to be enough. 7, 9, +5 is only 14. Okay, he's already untapping. I'll just go for the block. He might do a Hunger of the Howlpack or something. Just make him do something. Okay, we take 2, 6, 8. We go to 15. And what else you got? I mean, if he just puts the Rancor back on, we know we have a victory. Yep. So I'll just go up top because he could have a mutagenic growth himself to block the Pit Skulk. There's no real reason um, to really do anything else. So, oh, that's epic. We're not gonna use it though. Doesn't really do anything for us. So I'll start with the growth, and then we'll go full on vines because this gets around gut shot. I guess either sequence gets around gut shot. And we set this up from the jump, and now it's working for us. So our Baneslayer Angel just dominated. And I think we're going to do a similar level of boarding to what we did before. So we didn't really get to try it out. I think we made it one other cut. I think we maybe cut the mutagenics. We want Epic Confrontation, Spore Frog, and like I said, I don't think Feed the Clan is really where we want to be. This is weird because I feel like we're boarding differently than we did last time. Vines is okay. Just 3 copies of Vines, I guess. Yeah, we'll try it like this. Mutagenic costs life, and we're on the draw against Stompy, so that's probably not what we want to do. Vines is a bigger pump, and it can protect us against... I think it protects against Epic Confrontation. If he's playing Gut Shot, it protects against that. And we're up 1 game, which is very good for us. There's the deck list, guys. And we'll snap keep this. A lot of threats. He keeps 7 as well. So, okay. So we'll start with Nettle Sentinel. Ooh, and we have an Epic Confrontation. We'll start with Nettle Sentinel because we're not going to block the Young Wolf, and it's the fastest clock for us. I may even go Quirion Ranger or Rancor on it. It depends if we hit a land or not. So here he's just going to do a naked attack, and we're going to respect it. He's probably getting Pit Skulk going. Does he have a follow-up? No land. We actually hit a land. So we actually can confront the Pit Skulk. And if he casts Mutagenic Growth, we get blown out. I think it's actually smarter to go Rancor Ranger. And if he wants to block, we'll take it. I mean, we're fine with that. But he also has to respect our ability to pump. And he only has 1 land, so I'm not sure he's willing to make that risk. He might just take it. He's thinking long and hard. Yeah, he's just going to take it. Okay, so here comes Quirion Ranger to untap the Nettle Sentinel. So if he taps out, next turn we can use Epic Confrontation, and we don't get blown out by Mutagenic Growth. It just trades. Okay, so I think we want to kill her. But we may also want to kill the Pit Skulk. So this will be a 5/4 Trampler. It'll have 2 points of damage on it. Yeah, it seems like a decent play. We also get a Quirion Ranger down. It's an option. It seems like a fairly good option. We really want to fear a Hunger of the Howl pack here also. That's the other thing. So if he attacks, right, don't really take any blocks because he can Hunger. That's the scariest thing he can do to us, so we're not going to take any blocks. Yeah, this is clearly Hunger in my book. So I'm going to take 1. I don't know why he does that right now. I'm not blocking. The hope is that he just taps low. If he doesn't tap anything, we're not going to go with the epic. I don't think. Okay. So now we need to reassess. Ooh, Spore Frog. Not yet. I don't think the time is right for that. So we can get a 5/4 Nettle Sentinel that kills the Pit Skulk. If he has Mutagenic Growth, they trade. Or we can kill the Quirion Ranger. Mutagenic Growth does 3 damage to the Nettle Sentinel. And he can block with any other guy. Might be better just to get Riverboa down and kind of defend, but Young Wolf is a little annoying. Maybe we want to kill the Quirion Ranger. 1 damage, then he has to block with everybody. I don't think we want to play around Mutagenic Growth here. The board state is a little too dangerous to do so. But if he would just trade a Young Wolf. I think we're going to go for the confrontation here. I don't know that it's the best play, but I think it's a decent play. Because this way there's only 4 damage on the... Or there's only 1 damage on the 4 toughness Nettle Sentinel. So he has to put Pit Skulk in front of it if he doesn't want to take 5 damage. So does he have anything? If he has Mutagenic Growth, we don't have to attack. So we'll just attack now. So now he's got to give us the Pit Skulk if he wants to kill the Nettle Sentinel. Okay, he's just doing it like that. So he's just growing them both. But we don't lose a guy. And he takes 3. Oh, he does have something. Gather Courage. Mutagenic. Okay, so that kind of sucks. So he did have the Mutagenic, he was just waiting. So this actually might be bad for us. This looks pretty bad. We'll see what we can do here. Maybe I want Spore Frog. Not yet. I don't think we want it yet. Maybe we do. I'm not sure. That actually seemed... That whole turn probably was wrong. And might cost us the game. Okay, now we can't really block anything. And we're in a bad way. We're looking to... I don't know what. Garrick's Companion... and trade with the Pit Skulk. I don't think we can block anything. I think we have to take 8. Yikes. Yeah, I think we screwed up. We do have Spore Frog. So that buys us a turn. So maybe we just do that. And then we can do Riverboa and set that up. Yeah, I think that's what we do. We set up Riverboa with Rancor and Regenerate. And Spore Frog just buys us a turn. If he wants to attack. Riverboa could make the difference here. We're at 10. Uh-oh. The beast is loose. So this could be bad. I think we're just sacking the Spore Frog. We have a companion of our own, but we can't quite get there. I think we have to Rancor, attack. Then we'll get to untap it. That should be good enough. So we can either regenerate and untap it, or we can untap it and cast Young Wolf. He's probably just going to take it. Yeah. This is really awkward though, but I think we can make some plays here. I think we have some blocks. I think we have Young Wolf on Young Wolf, Rangers on Companion. Okay, let's go for it. Alright, this is happening. Are we dead to Vines? I don't think we're dead to Vines. I also don't think we can play around it. So, yeah, we screwed that epic confrontation play. Just got completely worked by growth. There's definitely some other lines we could have taken. That doesn't mean we would have won this game. So that's not landfall. Or, if he has a second one though, we're probably done. 3, we're taking 7. We can actually win if we don't die. I think we're dead. 5, 9, yeah, we're dead. Okay, so we're actually close to winning this game, but we're not going to. We're very close to winning the game. Now we're going to be on the play. We see that he doesn't have a lot. He just has, I think we leave it as is. I don't think Feed the Clan is going to be any better on the play. We want to be pretty aggressive. So, we are going to play first. And we can certainly keep the hand, so let's do it. I don't know what I was saying. I don't think I finished my thought. Feed the Clan on the play doesn't make sense. I think we just want to be aggressive. We were still very close to winning that game. That turn where we didn't play around mutagenic growth, but kind of did, but really didn't, I think was just wrong. This turn also gets beaten by mutagenic growth. I don't know we can afford to play around it every time. I think I'm interested in just going Riverboa here. Epic Confrontation is the worst thing we can do against mutagenic. He could also just let us hit him. Like I can play a land. Let's bluff it. The land drop is what's going to get us through, I think. Keep in mind, he has to play around our stuff too. I think it's better to get 2 guys down. Now if he has a trick, we have the option of trading Spore Frog for it. But it's only that, it's an option. Rancor. Okay, we'll go for the block. If he plays a pump spell, which could be like a groundswell, we can cast Spore Frog and nothing really changes. I think that's probably what we want to do. Otherwise, we take 2, trade with them. Okay, no 1 mana trick. So now I think we can go for the epic. The only problem is mutagenic growth rocks us to our core, and we get nothing else done this turn. Maybe we just maybe we just go with Pit Skulk attack, because if he has a trick, again, Spore Frog has us protected from that. So just taking. I think I'm actually going with Companion, because we know he's going to enchant the Pit Skulk, so there's no chance for us to block with Riverboa, and there's more setup for a Companion next turn. Yep, that resolves. So we can't block. He's got another Rancor. I guess we could have set up Riverboa Epic Confrontation with Regenerate. That might have been better. So he's going to attack. Okay, so now I think we go for Confrontation. Companion on this. He could have Vines. He could have something that pumps it, but what happens is they're going to trade anyway. Because the Companion becomes a 5 power. Only 4 power, but that's still enough. Oh wow. So now we just bash. Oh, he's got a fog. Okay. I don't know that that's going to matter. It's pretty good, but we do have Spore Frog in play. So whatever he tries, Spore Frog's got us covered here. And our one of Blister Pod finally makes an appearance. He could just leave his guy as a blocker, but we'll just keep going wider and wider. Okay. 9. So we're never going to be able to block this creature. We're just going to hope to try and get in enough damage. 5, 6, 7. So a pump spell could be a win. Okay, we're willing to take 9. Or he just leaves his guy back and we can just play Riverboa and keep playing creatures. This is a tense game, but we're looking okay. Oh my god, Aspect of Hydra. It's going to be +6. Nice sideboard. Pretty sure you win just because of the frog. Anyway, we're just talking about Spore Frog. I have 14 minutes to decide if I should go for the win here. I don't think we need to. We have some options. I think I'll wait one turn because what he's going to do is put his guy on the companion. And if we just go for a pump, it's actually not a win yet. I guess it's 8, 9, 10. I guess it is a win. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He could block the Spore Frog. What could he have here? I'm just going to... I think I'm going to wait one turn because if he blocks Spore Frog and I play Aspect and he has some kind of fog, I think we just die, right? Well, no, we don't die. I guess we can go for it. Yeah, I guess we can go for it. As long as we don't put Aspect on a 1 toughness guy. Wow, what a pump spell this is. +6, +6. This is going to win the game right here. Most likely. Because Gut Shot is what gets us. Okay, so he's going there. We're going to go for Aspect, I guess, on Pit Skulk. If we wanted something to die, I guess actually it would be the... Yeah. I don't know what's better. Yeah, probably this. So I think that'll do it. And this is why I'm playing Aspect of Hydra over Groundswell. Groundswell would have been +2, +2. Aspect with no landfall required is +6, +6. And that's pretty freakishly strong. Oh, he has something. Oh, he has vines. Why didn't I think of that? Now I might actually lose. Wow, I'm bad. Wow, I might lose this game now. He is at 3, so he still can't attack me. I don't think he has enough pump to kill. I think we still win, but that was kind of silly. I didn't think of that, guys. I'm sorry. I don't play enough Stompy to be like, oh yeah, vines can target my guy in that situation. So that was a huge misplay. We might still win, but that was pretty weak. I think we just have the board advantage here. He is at... No, he is at 9. I could have played an instant at the end of your turn. But I forgot it. Yeah, we almost punted the game, guys. He had hunger. So we almost punted the match. So please, guys, don't play like me. I have no blocks. It looks like maybe he has Groundswell and Hunger or Mutagenic Growth and Hunger. Now we just have to go for it. I mean, there's nothing we can do here. We take the win, but not really a deserved one. I think we played a little weak. It's so hard to play against the tricks that Stompy has. You saw we lost basically to that Mutagenic Growth in Game 2 and to other misplays. It wasn't just one thing. And then in Game 3, for me to forget that Vines can target my creature and be a counterspell, pretty weak because it's safe to assume he has at least one Vines that game. We hadn't seen one from him. They typically play 4. That's one of the things that ends up staying in their hand most of the time. So apologies for the weak play. We do end up going 3-0 with the deck, so it just shows you that if you play something proactive and something that's hard to play around, you can definitely rack up wins even if you yourself are making misplays like we just did. Again, I hope you'll forgive me. I hope the games were entertaining nonetheless. I want to thank you very much for tuning in to this installment of... That's right, Dime a Dozen.